Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge on behalf of the City of Surrey that we are situated on the traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Semiahmoo, the Kwantlen, and the Katzie land-based nations. And the City of Surrey recognizes the importance of honoring the Indigenous heritage of this place. I'd like to begin today on a good way by asking Mr. Kevin Kelly from the Kwantlen First Nation to please share a welcome with us.
First of all, before we start, I want to say I came out here a couple of days ago just to find out where I was going to be working. I thank my brother, Big Rick, for the call. I got here and I pulled in, and the first thing I noticed is those 3 beautiful bears in the lawn. I almost wanted to kidnap one of them. But what I will say is, whoever owns this place, you know what I see in those bears, it'd be cool if you painted them West Coast. I was telling one of the girls that. I said, they're beautiful bears. I just want to say, I want to thank the organizers. Thank you, Harry, for your words. I want to thank you for always respecting the land you're on. And I mean that from my heart. I am the legs and voice for my wife, Stakwasan. She carries the female version of her late father, Grand Joe Gabriel. He was chief for my daughter, and now she's hereditary chief. She's been chief 35 years. A lot of times when she's unable to be here, I'm her legs and her voice. But in our way, a lot of times we don't write stuff down or record. We record with our eyes and our ears and our heart. And what I always do is I take it all in what I see, and then I bring it back to my wife, the chief, and her council and the elders, to let them know what I witnessed, to let them know what is going on in Surrey. And I do a lot of work in Surrey all over, and I thank you for that, Mayor Brenda Locke, and your council. I love coming to Surrey. Surrey is moving, and you're always doing something, and this is a good thing. Today it's agriculture. Good to see our Minister from Agriculture. I've done work with her before. And the Chair, thank you. Thank you for your hospitality. My Indian name is Salasselton. I carry my late father's name from my territory, where I'm still a member up in Colton's Lake, Sewally. I was in politics in the 80s. Because I married a hereditary chief, I've been here 30 years. I would say I got the better deal. But I hope I met it. Taylor. Thank you for your hospitality, sir. It was nice we talked for a short time. I'll always remember faces, but sometimes I'm not good with names. They told me I should have been a cop. But I'm honored to be here, and I hope you have a beautiful day. This is what it's all about. I'm going to do a welcome song, and what the welcome song is, not only did it welcome me to the territory, this is how the chief would welcome me in our community, in our lawn house, where we celebrate, where we feast. My drum, I always say, our hands up, can you do this? When we do this in our ceremony, regardless of where you go, we are calling you the respected one. And it's what it represents. Just take it all in, and what the song represents is a welcome. But I tell people too, sometimes the elders told me, maybe when you got up, your heart was heavy. Maybe when you got up, you weren't feeling up to par. Maybe when you got up, when you left home, somebody in your household wasn't feeling well. Or maybe you have a loved one in a hospital. Or maybe you laid a loved one to rest. What I say to you is, when I sing the song, you pray for yourself most of all, and then you pray for your family. Our elders tell us, if you believe in our songs, our medicine, I guarantee you it'll help you. It's a beat in my heart, but it's also the beat of each and every one of you. I just wanted you to know that. So I know you got a busy day, and I just really want to thank you, Brenda, for allowing me to be a little bit, and thank you for respecting Kwantlen. What's them? oh hey, oh 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 hey, oh say in closing, no. I made my wife the chief. We have 8 children. We have 5 girls and 3 boys. My youngest son is 21. My oldest daughter is 46. But what we taught our children, and I want to explain to each and every one of you, when I sing the songs, I look all the way around the room, all the way around. I don't leave anybody out. Because the way you look at me, the way you look at me, the way you look at me, I give you the respect back you deserve. And that's what I've taught my children. I just wanted to share that with you. We just got to take time and just go back to our old ways sometimes. It doesn't cost nothing. But I hope you have a beautiful day. You look like you got a beautiful crowd here. Thank you, Harry, and have a beautiful day. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. That was thank you for sharing your words of welcome with us. We appreciate that. This is the second of the Mayor's Forum series, which started last year. Today's event is focused on the future of agriculture here in the City of Surrey. And it's hosted by the Innovation, Investment and Business Committee from the City of Surrey and the Surrey and White Rock Board of Trade. And the City of Surrey and the Surrey White Rock Board of Trade, that's a great partnership that we value deeply. So thank you for everything that the Board of Trade has done. Before we begin, I'd also like to acknowledge the IIBC members that are present today. When I call your name, please stand and be acknowledged. Daniel Watson from McKesson, Canada. Scott Wheatley from the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce. Peter Smales from Kwantlen Polytechnic University. And Jocelyn Young, the CEO of the Surrey and White Rock Board of Trade. Thank you all for being here. It's wonderful to see such a diverse group here today. Growers, processors, ag tech innovators, educators, researchers, community organizations, and many more. Your presence reflects how interconnected our agriculture sector truly is. And this conversation is personal for me. I mean, I come from a farming family, so topics like agriculture, food insecurity, food security, and innovation have always been part of my life. I'm genuinely excited to hear the conversations that are going to be had here today and hear the insights from all of you on how we can move this industry forward. Surrey is transforming rapidly right before our eyes, and as a city rooted in agriculture with 30% of our land being within the agricultural land reserve, we're at a very important moment in our city's future. We understand that we have to protect our farmland, and we also need to understand that as a farming community, we need to embrace innovation and innovation that supports productivity, efficiency, and long-term resilience for our agri-food community. And I look forward to engaging with all of you today and hearing your insights throughout the day. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies for today, Ms. Jocelyn Young.
Thank you, Harry. It's rare that a microphone is too tall for me. Mayor, how are you going to fit back here? All right, so thank you, Councillor Baines. I'm thrilled to be your MC today and to lead you through these very important discussions. Agriculture has always been a foundational part of Surrey's economy, and today its importance is only growing. As one of the fastest growing cities in Canada, and we like to think the best, not biased at all, Surrey is uniquely positioned to lead in food production, food security, and agri-innovation. Our agricultural sector goes beyond farms and fields. It's about jobs, investments, supply chains, and the technologies that will shape the future of how we grow and move food. From a business perspective, agri-tech is a powerful economic driver. It brings together innovators, researchers, and industry leaders to develop solutions that make food production more efficient, more sustainable, and more resilient. This means new companies choosing Surrey, new jobs across both urban and rural areas, and new opportunities for collaboration with our post-secondary and research partners, of which we have many here in the city. Surrey has everything we need to succeed, from a large agricultural land base, proximity to major markets, to a diverse business community, making it an ideal testbed for emerging technologies. This might be in automation, vertical farming, climate smart practices, or advanced processing. When agriculture and technology work together, the ripple effect is significant. Food security, stronger supply chains, reduced emissions, higher productivity, and a more competitive regional economy. Ultimately, supporting agriculture and agri-tech is about ensuring long-term prosperity. It's about building a future where Surrey can feed its growing population, attract high-value investments, and lead in innovation across the province and beyond. By investing in this sector, we're strengthening local businesses, supporting farmers, and positioning Surrey as a global player in the next generation of food and technology. It's now my pleasure to thank our sponsors of today's event. Our supporting sponsor, the BC Centre for Agri-Tech Innovation, hosted at Simon Fraser University. Can I get a big round of applause? Yeah. I see some excited people down here. I love it. And our community sponsor, Fortis BC. Thank you so much. It's also my pleasure to welcome some special guests in the audience. And for those of you who have been to one of our events before, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on the one clap method. Makes it a little more fun, make sure you're awake. And so what we do is I'll say the name and the title, and then you have to kind of anticipate when I'll be done. And then all together in unison, clap once. Okay, are we ready? I've got 7 names to go through, 8 actually. The Honourable Jill McKnight, Canada's Minister of Veterans Affairs, Associate Minister of National Defence and MP for Delta. Come on, guys, gotta wake up. BC's Minister of Agriculture and Food, Lana Popham. Okay, now we're on it. MLA for Surrey Panorama, Brian Tepper. Her Worship, Mayor of Surrey, Brenda Locke. Deputy Mayor of White Rock, Elaine Chung. City of Surrey Councillors. I fooled you. Linda Annis, Harry Baines, Mike Bose, Doug Elford, Pardeep Kunar, Rob Stutt. Okay. And from the Consulate General of Guatemala, our good friends who always bring me really good coffee, the Consul General, Minor Aguera. Hello, sir. How are you? Okay, thank you, guys. That was good. I mean, not great, but we'll keep working on it. Okay. I also want to recognize the Surrey and White Rock Board of Trade directors that are here with us today, as well as our colleague from the Greater Langley Chamber of Commerce, CEO Corey Redekop. CEO, Corey, where are you? Oh, we want to give him a clap. 1, 2, 3. Corey, where are you? Say hi. There he is. Hi. As we get started with today's program, it's my pleasure to ask you to turn your attention to the screen for a brief video.
Announcing up to $1.3 billion in funding for the Surrey-Langley SkyTrain extension.
UBC buys $70 million property for Surrey campus.
A new medical school will ensure that.
To show us what's going on in Surrey. I'm pumped up. It is now my immense pleasure to introduce to you Her Worship Mayor Brenda Locke to say a few words.
We got your back, Minister. We were just comparing notes to see who was the shortest. It's not me. Good morning, everyone. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here with all of you. And I have to say, for me, I was going to say it was a labor of love. I did very little. I have to truly thank our staff for all the wonderful work they did to pull this all together. Above and beyond, I want to thank the committee, Harry, and your committee. Where's the committee members for our Ag Committee? Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for all the work you've done. This is truly amazing and something I think that is unique and so needed in our city. So thank you for that. Thank you to the Surrey Board of Trade for partnering with us. This has been wonderful, and we'll talk about SFU a little bit later. But I do want to just acknowledge Surrey is a university town now. We have, yeah, that's pretty cool. So thank you all for coming out and joining us today and participating in what I think will be a really interesting and dynamic time for everyone. I am so very pleased to welcome Minister Popham. Thank you for making the time to come here. I appreciate all that you do, and I have to tell you, I have the pleasure of working with a lot of ministers, and Lana Popham is certainly one that I really do appreciate our relationship, because she's done remarkable work for farming. She cares about the food sector, and we appreciate that here in Surrey, so thank you. Today is about making Surrey a hub for agriculture technology. It's about bringing new tools, it's about research, business opportunities, and different ways that we can help farmers and food producers succeed. It's time to put agriculture on the spotlight in Surrey, because farming and innovation are not just opportunities, they are a necessity for Surrey's future. They're a necessity, actually, for all of our future, for British Columbia's future. And that is why we're developing Surrey's Agritech strategy. Your ideas are essential to shaping it so truly we support farmers, we strengthen our local food system, and we build resilience for families and our economy. Many farmers are facing challenges adopting those new technologies, and our goal is to make it easier to access the tools, the funding, and the support that you need, while providing that all of this provides all the innovation that will pay off in time, in money, and in results. Because at the end of the day, food doesn't come from a grocery store. It comes from the hard work of farmers and the land. The province recognizes Surrey as a major agriculture centre. And as Councillor Baines has said, a third of our land is in the ALR, and more than half is actively farmed across more than 400 farms right here in Surrey. Surrey is home to over 50 food and beverage companies, including Nanak Food, and I see Gurpreet Naja is here. Where are you, Gurpreet? I saw you earlier. Oh, there he is. Gurpreet is here showing our strong agriculture community and opportunities. And we can do so much more, and we will. And we must actually do more. Research and development is a key part of Surrey's agritech landscape. Our geographic location for shipping by rail, by port, by the borders puts us in an unenviable position. Institutions like the BC Centre for Agritech Innovation and the Global Institute for Agritech at SFU are supporting companies and bringing research to market. KPU's Applied Genomics Centre and Institute for Sustainable Horticulture is training talent and developing knowledge to drive growth. Our farmers face real threats, from invasive species to bird flu, which makes innovation and support even more critical today. The Surrey Urban Technology Test Lab and dozens of extension services give businesses and farmers the tools and the support they need to innovate and to succeed. Leading in agriculture and agritech isn't just about technology, though. It's about using tools like precision agriculture, drones, and improvement in nutrients and water management to help producers diversify and meet changing consumer tastes. We were just talking about that earlier. Funny things like Ozempic have changed people's palate. Surrey's companies like the No Meat Factory and Bush Foods are leading the way with alternative proteins and new food products. To some people in my generation, I'm looking the room real fast to see how many of you are my generation. We only got food when it was in season. Strawberries were in June, raspberries kind of in that July time frame, and oranges and mandarins only came in at Christmas. But that's all changed, and now we get everything all the time, every day. So it's important for the next generation to understand that meat doesn't come in a cellophane package, that potatoes don't come in the shapes of happy faces or dinosaurs. They need to understand what food really is. They need to see the relationship between the land and the food and how to get it to market. And I know lots of Surrey farmers open their doors to let our kids in schools and kindergartens see how food is produced. Preparing students with the skills in agriculture, food production, and agritech ensures a strong workforce and keeps Surrey's agriculture sector thriving. With farmland, research, and innovation, Surrey can lead the country in agriculture excellence. And agriculture is a big part of our history in Surrey, actually. It's part of our identity. And even as we move forward to develop the Cloverdale Fairgrounds, we are shaping it to support our roots as a farming community. The City of Surrey is implementing an agritech strategy to establish Surrey as a leader in agriculture innovation, and our agriculture and agritech sectors can support our food system resilience, economic diversification, and climate adaptation. Strategic investment will help producers attract new businesses and ensure long-term sustainability. Agritech gives Surrey a real chance to lead. Being a leader doesn't mean leaving traditional farming behind, though. It means giving farmers new tools, new ideas, and great opportunities. Innovation lets producers adapt to changing markets and meet evolving consumer demands. Farmers across Surrey are already using technologies to improve productivity, sustainability, and market research, and we want to continue to support that. So today, I am proud to announce that the City of Surrey and Simon Fraser University will sign a memorandum of understanding to create an agritech hub right here in Surrey. This hub will connect people, ideas, and businesses so innovation leads to real results. It will give agritech startups and established companies the space, the resources, and partnerships they need to grow. It will be a game changer for Surrey and a concrete step in building the city as an agritech development. I'm just going to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Steve Dooley and all the team at Simon Fraser University. You know, it's pretty remarkable when a university is so embedded into a city. Simon Fraser, you should change the name to Surrey Simon Fraser University. I just thought that. Simon Fraser University is such a great part of who we are as a city. They are always working with our city, and I really do appreciate that, and I take my hat off to you for doing that, because you're such a crucial part of the growth that we've seen, the ability that we have in the city, and you're just a tremendous part of who Surrey is going to be. We know that's going to continue with the medical school, so we thank you all for that. I want to also shout out to KPU. I know they're in the room as well somewhere. It's important, but it's, I think, rare that cities and the universities are so absolutely linked and work together in such a fine way as the City of Surrey has for some time with our universities. It's important to all of us, so thank you. Thank you both to KPU and to certainly to Surrey Simon Fraser University. It's going to be SS. We can do that. It's not a problem to change the name, is it? No. Hell, yeah, good. But your ideas and experience are critical to making Surrey's agritech strategy succeed, and today is about conversations, collaborations, and solving problems together. Tell us what's working, what's holding you back, and how we can better support you and agriculture in the City of Surrey. Let's make sure that the solutions we develop are practical, attainable, and truly helpful. And by working together, we can help Surrey's agriculture sector thrive, adapt, lead, and innovate. And in closing, I have to say that Surrey has the opportunity to turn farmland, talent, and innovation into real, lasting leadership in agriculture technology. Through strategic action, collaboration, we are positioning Surrey as a national and global agritech leader. So I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank you for sharing your ideas. They are important. And I can tell you that the City of Surrey will bend like a pretzel to make things happen if we can for you. It's really critical, not just to the city, it's critical to food security in our region. This is incredible that you're all here. I'm actually unbelievably pleased to see that this really has taken off. But it's only possible because of your ideas, your hard work, and your energy. And again, I just want to thank Minister Popham for all the work, all the incredible work that she has done and will continue to do for food security in our region and for innovation in agriculture. I thank you so very much. So thank you all. I hope you all enjoy the day. And over and out. I'm done.
Thank you so much, Mayor Locke. And now I'm delighted to introduce BC's Minister of Agriculture and Food, Lana Popham. Round of applause, please.
Thank you. Thanks. Hello, everyone. Nice full room here. What a treat. Kevin, I love crossing paths with you, and I'm so glad that happened today. Thank you for the welcome. Yes. Mayor Locke, I love brainstorming with you because we both have the same affliction. No idea is too big. And thank you for connecting the dots on agriculture in your city. It means a lot. And I have probably been invited to Surrey more than any other local government to talk about the future of what food security looks like. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. So this is a great room filled with amazing people. I recognize so many of you. I just want to point out my two former colleagues, Minister Alexis, former Minister of Agriculture, is here, and my former Parliamentary Secretary, Bob Deeth, when I worked in Arts and Culture. Thank you for, it's great to see you guys. I miss you. I couldn't be happier than to be coming here to talk about the thing that keeps me awake at 3:30 in the morning, not because I'm always just worried about it, but because I love it. I live for agriculture and food. I know that the future of our food security is changing rapidly, and so I used to farm back in the 90s. I farmed for about a decade. I had a small vegetable business. I managed vineyards around Vancouver Island, and I participated in what we called South Island food security. I had gone to UBC where I got a degree which focused on urban planning, but it was mostly on food systems. And I have just been living and breathing this my entire life. I grew up on Quadra Island where food security wasn't trendy. It was the way of life. The ferry stopped running in the winter. You had to have stores of food to keep you going. The power went out. And so I just came away from all of that experience thinking that that's how everybody lives. That's everyone prepares. Everyone has a giant pantry in their house filled with things for a decade. But times have changed. And the way that we're producing food is changing not just because of technology, but because we have to change. I've been Minister of Agriculture. First tranche was 2017 for 5 years. In that time, I saw how much the climate was starting to affect farmers on the front line in ways that I never thought I'd see. most significantly was the floods in the Fraser Valley. These climate change events are a serious, serious impediment to us producing food in the way that we used to. We also have some global crisis going on around fresh water supply. We don't have the water that we need when we need it at critical times, and we have too much water when we don't need it. These are all things that we have to keep in mind as we plan what our future in food security looks like. And I have to say, being able to be here in Surrey to talk about that with all of you, I couldn't think of a better place to be having it, because Surrey isn't just growing fast, and I think the mayor said you're getting, how many people per month are you landing? 1,200 people per month are moving into Surrey. To me, that just represents 1,200 more stomachs that we have to feed. So there is a huge appetite in Surrey. It's kind of a play on words, but not really. But it's forcing Surrey to grow fast. But Surrey's also growing really smart. And Surrey is taking the opportunity to thoughtfully plan out what's needed in the future and to prepare. And so I would like to commend the City of Surrey for doing that. The Board of Trade also has a significant role to play and has always been pushing the envelope in that way. So my hands go up to you. But this is becoming something that is a serious concern, but also one of the most exciting times that we've seen. And that's because there's innovation out there that farmers are embracing. There's new technology that's come a long way. And so it is becoming something that is everyday language. People understand it. And the City of Surrey seems to also be embracing it. So I look to all of the folks that have a hand of that in this local government area. So it's the farmers, it's the producers, it's the educators, it's the innovators. Everybody is building the tools that we're going to need to feed the future. And that is so critical. From my perspective, Surrey is unique and has a different, they have a special quality here. And that is because there is a bustling, growing urban center that is right next to a third of their land base, which is the ALR. The ALR is always contentious. You know, if you fool around with the ALR, you're going to hear about it one way or the other on both sides. And so, but I think because we're all focused now on resiliency and food security, the Agricultural Land Reserve is more important than it's ever been, and we're thinking of different ways that it can meet the moment. And so, from my perspective, Surrey is in a very good position to be able to embrace the ALR for the qualities we need it for, and then to push the dial in ways that we haven't done before. And those are the conversations that I've had with people in this room that make me feel hopeful. The variety of production that we have in BC, the number of things that we grow is increasing. I just had my first BC persimmon a couple days ago. It came from my dad's hobby farm, but the persimmon production this year was incredible. Let me just give you some hope for the future. From my perspective, this growing year. I've never seen a better growing year in BC since I've become minister, since 2017. Never seen it. Everything lined up. We had good weather. The drought situation was less critical than it had been the year before. We had some amazing movement as far as recovery from previous years. Farmers were out there working hard, and the amount of production was at record levels. Now, go back a year and a half when we were all hearing about the demise of the fruit tree industry in the Okanagan, where everything froze. Not only that, the BC Apple Co-op was shutting down. Collectively, all our hearts broke. And it felt very hopeless. This year, I just went up 2 weeks ago and helped cut the ribbon with that BC fruit trees opening up again. Different ownership, different model, but it is back up and going, and it was the best fruit production year ever. So there is some hopeful times ahead. I guess I'm mentioning that because when we talk about agri-tech and the need for it to be a solution, it's often thought of because there's an impending doom coming at us. And that we've got some serious challenges for sure, but it's also very hopeful. So let me just use the example of the BC tree fruits packing house. When farmers come in, deliver their apples, they deliver them, they go into a conveyor belt. That apple has 50 photos taken of it before it gets to the end of the line where it's packed in to go out for shipping. 50 photos. This is a high-tech packing house. And what does that mean? It means that the consumers are getting a very good quality apple. They sort things out. There's high-quality apples, lower-quality apples. Some are going to go for juice. But it allows the packing house to give direct information to the farmer to say, you know, that bundle of apples had too many bruises because of transportation. You need to fix your transportation for the next load. They can work with farmers immediately on improving their quality. And so that's one of the things that agri-tech can do. That's very hopeful for the future, and it allows us to be a leader, continue being a leader in so many things that we're doing. We have one of the best reputations for food quality around the globe. I was just on a trade mission in Japan, South Korea, and Malaysia. Everyone talked about the quality of Canadian food and BC food. They didn't say BC, they said Vancouver, but you know, that we know they meant BC. So we have this reputation that we need to keep up, and agri-tech will help us do that. As I said, there is really no shortage of challenges that are being thrown at us. I've seen that escalate in my time, but we honestly, we have every advantage going for us as well. And even though things are becoming more unpredictable, we are going to look at technology to help us. So we've historically looked at technology to do things faster, smarter, cheaper. And now we're looking at technology to help us solve the greatest challenges that we've ever faced. And that is growing food in a state of climate change. But I think the mayor said it very well. Technology isn't replacing farmers. It's replacing some jobs on the processing side, definitely. But it's allowing farmers to use their own superpowers and to harness the technology that allows them to grow better and stronger. Most of that that I've seen in the last little while, we do grants for water infrastructure, and we have moved the dial significantly on agri-tech and water irrigation. So there are AI-driven irrigation systems now that are cutting water into fields by 50% or more. There's growing methods that are cutting water consumption. When I was in South Korea, I was witness to an MOU that was signed between SFU and the University of South Korea on reducing water specific to tomato plants. They had sensors on the roots of the tomato plants, and the tomato plants were giving information into the system that would allow them to put specific amounts of water into each plant. And these tomatoes were beautiful. So focusing in on technology, agri-tech like that is critical. We all know we're facing a drought right across the province. That's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse over the next number of decades. But if we can use technology to reduce our water consumption and also use technology to harvest water when it's available. Everybody's probably familiar with Howling's greenhouses out in Delta. They have put a system on their rooftop that collects all the rainwater, and they have now storage capacity that allows them to water their greenhouses without tapping in to their local water system until I think they can get to the end of July into August now. now, just using stored rainwater from the winter. So it's incredible ideas like that that will help us in the future. I think the greenhouse industry itself is looking to expand, and we need them to. They're a huge part of our food security in the province and a huge part of our exports that we do. If we can harness this type of technology around us, then we will be making great strides in food security where other regions are not going to be able. We will be the most competitive area because of the advantages that we have. So let me just say that there are so many interesting agritech projects in Surrey companies stepping up in ways that are, I talked about that all over Asia when I was there. I use Surrey as an example. Arrowroot Systems, working with KPU to grow basil using 90% less water. Argus Controls, climate-controlled automation protects crops during extreme heat by allowing greenhouses to drop their temperatures by 15%. We've got Green Smart Technologies here in Surrey, developing plant-based coatings that extend berry shelf life and reduce waste. Food waste is another thing that we're leading on, and I think there's a big project for Brenda and I to talk about around food waste as well. Canadian Farm Produce, the Sahota family, using camera-guided cultivators to save labor hours and improve precision. And then our beloved Heppel's Potato Company, using a robotic arm to pick, pack, and seal potatoes much faster. We've got mushroom farms that are using technology to harvest mushrooms 24/7. Very difficult job for humans to do. They're able to go in and take photos of these mushrooms and pick them as they ripen and get ready for harvest. So these are the sorts of things that we are developing in British Columbia. Farmers are embracing it, and it's going to allow us to get ahead. I can't tell you enough about how confident I am in how we are going to be able to move forward on food security. Food security is a concern right around the globe, but we are going to be able to do this here. And Surrey is, I believe, will be the center of the innovation. And that's because there is such a progressive mindset here, and the way that the dots are being connected is something I don't see around other areas of the province. So let me just finish off by saying that when I was an organic farmer back in the 90s, I had a different mindset. Everything was small scale. Everything was very hand done. And I produced really amazing food. But I produced it for my family, and I had a small number of customers. Over the years, I was in opposition for 8 years, and I toured the province as the agriculture critic. I had to learn more about agriculture in BC. I had to expand my mind. And over those 8 years, I understood medium, small, large-scale agriculture operates differently. And I saw a lot of competition between small-scale and large-scale farming. Today, things have changed, and I see farmers working together. And I think that technology is bringing farmers together. And so as we start to see technology implemented right across the province, there will be a need to have a center for agritech where farmers can be able to communicate back and give feedback, because our rapidly changing growing conditions will need to have that feedback so farmers can make new choices and have different alternative ways of dealing with the things that they're grappling with. They're going to need us to support that. And so I feel hopeful about that. And I can't tell you that how glad I am to be here with you. I wish I could stay for the rest of the day. I'm going to stay for a little bit, but I'm going out to see Sunrise Poultry Processing. It's a big day out there. A lot of chickens coming in, and they're also using interesting technology and in the way that they're processing chickens. So it's all around us. I want to thank the City of Surrey, Mayor Brenda Locke, the Board of Trade, with smart investments, with innovative minds and Surrey's leadership. I think the best days are ahead of us as far as food security goes. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Popham. Amazing remarks. I love the confidence in Surrey. We share that here. Now it is my pleasure to announce the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, marking a partnership milestone between the City of Surrey and Simon Fraser University. Councillor Baines, would you please join me back on stage and tell us more about the significance of this MOU initiative?
Thank you, Jocelyn. The City of Surrey and Simon Fraser University have always had great partnerships and great collaborations. This is just another example of it. Today, we are taking an important step in advancing collaboration between the City and SFU, the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding which establishes a collaborative framework between SFU and the City of Surrey to create the SFU Frontier Hub for Agritech Research and Methodology, or SFU FARM. Recognizing the need for government and academia-supported infrastructure to support research, development, and innovation advancement, this MOU sets the framework for joint initiatives in agricultural innovation, supporting growth, sustainability, and shared learning. SFU already hosts the Global Institute for Agritech in Surrey, making it a natural partner with deep roots in the local agritech environment. The City and SFU both share a commitment to advancing research in agritech, sustainability, and economic development right here in the City of Surrey. The university brings academic leadership, research capabilities, and access to funding opportunities that complement the city's land and regulatory support. With this agreement in place, the City and SFU are set to collaborate on exciting initiatives that will benefit the local agricultural community well into the future. At this time, I would like to invite Surrey Mayor Brenda Locke and SFU's Provost and Vice President Academic Dilson Rassier to come forward and officially sign the MOU. Let's take a moment to celebrate this very important relationship. This partnership looks to establish a physical center demonstrating agri-innovation excellence that will be accessible to industry for piloting technology, in-field testing, shared spaces, and many other uses. Food processors often encounter significant barriers when considering new technologies. This center aims to break down those obstacles and de-risk the path forward, empowering producers to adopt agricultural innovations with confidence. Above all, the center is designed to serve the community. Every initiative undertaken here is focused on delivering tangible benefits that strengthen and support our agricultural community. 21st. This Memorandum of Understanding is only the first step of many, and we look forward to the many exciting initiatives to come. If you have any questions about this MOU and the Centre, you can talk to myself and Tyler Westover, our Director of Business and Government Relations, to learn more. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.
And I'll just ask our guests of honor to come to the stage for a quick photo. And while they're doing that, I'm really excited to announce the next part of our program, and this involves all of you. We are going to hear from you, the audience, on your ideas and feedback around agritech. This engagement activity will help shape the City of Surrey's agritech strategy, which aims to position Surrey as a leader in agriculture innovation. We want to hear from you on 4 areas. Your